those two lines are your car, and the first line is the consumption over all the drive during Europe, which was around about 20,000 kilometers. And the second row or the second line was 70 kilowatt hours. That was the consumption all above Africa. So it's you saved a lot of energy in the country, and assume because you drove the car very slow in comparison to Europe. No highways.
Definitely.
The main cause for this, definitely, yeah.
So in Europe, we on the highway we always drove like 90 kilometers per hour, sometimes maybe 100 or 80. And in Africa, I think the max speed was on average 50 or 60. So our average speed was way lower. So this makes sense.
Below 40 kilometers an hour on average. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, that's really low. Yeah, I assumed 70 or 80, but okay, when you're saying okay, then that's good. Yeah. Okay.
Really low.
The last three lines is like a comparison to the world of, let's say, Europe. We compared a private ENIAC, which consumes 21.6 kilowatt hours, and an ID4 of our company again, which was 21.2 kilowatt hours. Both cars are driven quite often on the highway and quite fast. So AVILOO is always driving quite fast if it's possible. And in comparison, the BMW i4, it's very, very low from the height. And you can see, of course, that the consumption is, in comparison to the bigger car, lower even on the highway. But that's obvious.
Yeah.
Okay, what we are doing now, we are making and preparing a big study on consumption of cars and the impacts that is possible by the driver and by the behavior of the driver. And here you can see on the left side on the scale is the consumption in kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. And at the bottom line, we draw the consumption of 408 fleet cars. And all the cars are Model 3 all-wheel drive with the long range, with the bigger battery, so the heavier version. And what you can see here is very, very interesting. So the consumption varies between 16 kilowatt hours and 30 kilowatt hours. So it's a huge range how the consumer, how the owner of the car or the driver can affect the consumption, the overall consumption. So that's very, very important. And and that's our study is coming in soon. And in the next slide, I added your values, your both two values for the European side, where you consumed around about 21 kilowatt hours, and in Africa 17 kilowatt hours. So although it's a bigger car, your car than the Model 3, due to the lower speed and to the turned off cabin heater, cabin climatization, and your, let's say, energy saving drive behavior, you saved a lot of energy and you're really in the lower range compared to a Model 3.
Yeah. Well, that's good to see, even though we have the all-terrain tires and the non-aerodynamic car, and we are still
very heavy.
And we're really heavy. So we are still compared to the efficient drivers. So that's quite good, I think.
Yeah, congratulations to the so that you can be proud of that.
Do so, but it's
the speed is all. Yeah, if you lower the lower you drive, the lower speed you drive. Yeah. Okay, on the right side, like before, I summarized the impacts. These are mainly the same impacts like on the recuperation rate, of course. And so really good, really important. And the conclusion, and that's the point, the driver itself, the behavior of the driver can be responsible of the fact that the battery has twice the battery cycles or not. So that's the point. That's really the point.